All praise to the Most High. Say that then. Proper preparation and patience prepares you to prosper. I am going to wait until someone clicks on. Now, what this topic is, why you should have a quote unquote NFL draft, a quote unquote NFL draft for yourself every single day. Now, what do you think I'm talking about? What do you think I am saying when I say you should have an NFL draft for yourself every single day? What do you think I'm talking about when I say this? Peace and blessings in abundance, Joseph. I'm waiting until a few people to get on to say what I'm going to say on this topic. Audio, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Peace and blessings in abundance to everyone on here. I'm talking about why you should have an NFL draft for yourself every single day. Now, when I say this, I'm not talking about a draft for you to get drafted to the NFL. I'm just using the draft, the NFL draft, because I know it's coming up in a couple days, like a week or so. The way that you should think about this is have a draft for yourself by paying more attention to yourself and focusing on yourself instead of focusing on these people that are getting drafted to a league and paying all attention to them. There's people out here that know more about these NFL teams and all the players and all the player stats. When is the last time you paid attention to your own stats in your life? People pay way more attention to people on these sports teams than they do about themselves. People know more about all these athletes than they do know about themselves. So you're paying all attention. You know how many rushing yards they had. You know what college they went to. You know what high school they went to. You know how many rushing yards they had in high school. You know how many rushing yards they had in college. You know how many receiving yards they had in college. You know what team they got drafted to, which year they got drafted, when they got traded, how many years they played on each team. You know how many touchdowns they scored in the NFL. You know how many interceptions they got. You know how many rushing yards. You know how many passing yards. You know how many passes they dropped, how many balls they fumbled. You know all this information about these athletes, but you don't know all that information about yourself. You don't know none of that stuff about yourself. You don't even study yourself. You don't even know what you think about stuff. And that's the setup. They want you to stay distracted with entertainment and you never spend time learning yourself. You don't know what you like. Don't know what you don't like. You don't know what you said 2 weeks ago. You don't know what you said today. You don't know what you thought today. Don't focus all your attention on athletes in the NFL draft. Have an NFL draft for yourself every day. And when I say this, I mean literally stand up. and say with the number one draft pick, and then say your name, and then focus your energy on you being a star player in your life, on you accomplishing the goal and winning the championship in your life, and you getting a championship ring in your life. Literally stand up and say out loud with the number one draft pick, and then say your name. You're the number one draft pick. You got to know yourself. You got to study yourself. You got to learn yourself. You got to spend time with yourself. You should never know more about an athlete getting drafted to the NFL or NBA or any league for that matter than you know about yourself. You should never know more about these athletes than you know about yourself. You know what the athlete's goals are, but you don't know what your goals are. How does that work? You know what the top 5 draft picks, you know their names, you know their first name, you know their last name, you know all their college stats, you know what team they got drafted to. You know what goals they have. Keyword, you know what goals they have, but you don't know what goals you got. You living to see these athletes accomplish their goals, but you ain't working on your goals. How does that work? Think about if you put your time, effort, and energy into knowing as much about yourself as you know about these athletes about to get drafted. Imagine if you knew all that stuff about yourself. Imagine if you pulled the time back that you invest into the NFL draft and you put that time back into yourself. Imagine where you'd be. Imagine how much you would grow. Imagine how much you would learn. Imagine how much you would know about you. Think about it. Year after year after year, all these years, looking forward to the NFL draft, looking forward to the NFL draft, looking forward to the NFL draft. How about you look forward to your NFL draft? How about you look forward to what your stats are? How about you look forward to what your goals are? How about you look forward to your 24 hours and your 24-hour schedule of how you're going to accomplish goals, of how you're going to better yourself, of how you're going to learn yourself, of how many questions you're going to ask yourself, and how you're going to answer why this and why that and why this and why that. Invest into yourself. Invest time and energy and effort into yourself. Don't keep giving all your time and energy to NFL draft, NFL draft, NFL draft. Every sports league is entertainment. And since every sports league is entertainment, it is allowed to be rigged because it's an entertainment business. It's for entertainment. Ultimately, it's to keep you distracted. No, I'm not saying don't watch any sports league. You can do whatever you want to do. And I'm not saying it's bad to watch a sports game. What I am saying is don't know so much about these athletes than you know about yourself. When was the last time you accomplished one of your goals? You should be able to say that off the top of your head immediately. Some people, they'll ask them, when was the last time this athlete scored a touchdown? Off the top of their head, they know it immediately, know it immediately. Then you ask them, when was the last time you accomplished one of your goals? No idea. Complete silence. There are people that are so heavily invested into sports and these professional teams and these professional athletes that not only are they wearing the jersey with another man's name on the back, which is crazy in itself, but not only that, they're getting so angry that they're fighting with people over a sports team that they don't own. How does that make any sense? So don't know more about these NFL athletes that are going to the NFL draft than you know about yourself. The same way you invest time into studying all this stuff about these athletes, studying their stats. You know their first name, you know their middle name, you know their last name, you know how many kids they got, you know if they're married, you know if they're not married, you know all their high school stats, you know their elementary school stats, you know their middle school stats, college stats, NFL stats. You know everything about these athletes, but know nothing about yourself. That's crazy. Focus on investing in you. Don't invest all your time in paying attention to these NFL drafts. Like I said, all the sports leagues, all the professional leagues are all entertainment leagues. And if it's entertainment, that means it can be rigged. And they can move things around because it's entertainment. It's no different than a TV show or a movie. It's entertainment. Don't focus all your time on entertainment. Learn something, read something, do something, take action, improve yourself, grow, rise, and elevate. It takes time and energy. So don't give all your time and energy to the NFL draft and NFL combines and NFL games and college games and all that stuff. Don't give all your energy to that. Know more about yourself than you do professional athletes. Know more about yourself than you do athletes in the NFL draft. Know yourself more. Know yourself more. And how do you know yourself more? You spend more time with yourself, learning yourself, and asking yourself questions and working on your goals. You watch an NFL draft, these athletes, they're accomplishing their goal. You're watching somebody else accomplish their goal. How about you spend time accomplishing your goals? Unless your goal is to watch the NFL draft and see other people accomplish their goals while you don't accomplish your goals. If that is your goal, then do it. It is possible for you to accomplish goals. It is possible for you to win. It is possible for you to grow and improve and become better. But you must do it daily. There are no off days. It's daily. Learn yourself daily. Study yourself daily. Know what you like and dislike daily. Work on your goals daily. Nobody's going to do it for you. I repeat, nobody is going to do it for you. You have to focus. You have to take the action. You have to stay consistent and have self control and discipline. If you don't take action toward your goals, it's not going to happen. So invest the time. When you invest in yourself, you will get a return on your investment. Peace and blessings and abundance.